Have you ever wondered why, even though you eat well, stay active, and follow all the right habits, your legs still feel weaker? Why do ordinary steps seem a bit steeper now? Why does getting up from a chair take longer than before? Is this only aging, or is there another factor quietly affecting you? Here is where many people are surprised. The issue isn't always what you aren't doing. In fact, you may already be doing something daily without realizing how harmful it can be. Most seniors make a small but consistent mistake each day, fully believing it's the right choice, because they've been taught their whole lives that fruits are natural, healthy, and beneficial. And while most fruits truly are, there is a reality many never mention. Not every fruit is ideal for older adults. In fact, some fruits we eat regularly without a second thought may slowly weaken your legs, trigger knee pain, worsen inflammation, and make walking more difficult. Fruits commonly advertised as healthy can actually work against your balance, mobility, and leg strength. As we grow older, our bodies shift. Circulation slows, metabolism changes, and foods that once supported our health can begin to create subtle problems, especially certain fruits. They may look harmless, they may taste sweet, but they contain acids, sugars, and other compounds that raise blood sugar, fuel joint inflammation, and gradually reduce leg strength. The biggest issue? These effects develop quietly. You don't notice them until one day your calves hurt sharply, your thighs feel sore, or your knees feel unusually tight after even a short walk. Today, we're going to reveal the 7 most problematic fruits seniors over 60 should avoid, especially if you want to protect your legs from long-term discomfort, weakness, and strain. These fruits might seem harmless, but once you learn the truth, you'll never look at your fruit bowl the same way again. So stay with me until the end if you value strong, steady, pain-free legs. Your body may need this reminder. But before we begin, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications if you care about your health. Because here we discuss the topics most people never talk about. And I want to know you're part of this. If this video speaks to you, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. Your input matters more than you think. Let's start with the first fruit on the list. It's well known for reducing inflammation, but for older adults, it may have the opposite effect. Let's talk about pineapple. Pineapple, our first fruit, is refreshing, tropical, and widely praised because of a compound called bromelain, which has long been considered a natural anti-inflammatory. But here's the part many overlook. While most people believe pineapple supports inflammation control, it may actually create hidden issues for seniors. Pineapple contains strong acids and natural sugars. And for those over 60, these sugars are not as harmless as they appear. Here's why. As we age, our blood vessels become more delicate and respond differently to sugar spikes. Pineapple delivers a rapid surge of natural sugar into the bloodstream. What does this do? It quickly raises blood sugar levels, which can strain the tiny vessels that supply your legs, feet, and muscles. Over time, as circulation weakens, your legs receive less oxygen. And what follows? Pain, fatigue, swelling, that heavy, dragging feeling in your legs after a short walk, stiff knees when standing, ankles that ache even after resting. And there's more. Pineapple is highly acidic. That acidity can irritate joints, especially if you already deal with inflammation or arthritis. It can intensify the burning discomfort in your knees, hips, and ankles, almost like adding fuel to a fire. Some people even notice their legs feeling heavier after eating pineapple, as if their strength slowly fades. There's another important point to remember. If you take certain medications, especially blood thinners, the enzyme bromelain may interact with them. This can make some medications work too strongly or not strongly enough, and that's where the real risk begins. All of this leads to one simple truth. Pineapple rarely shows any strong or noticeable negative effects right away. There are no clear warning signs and no instant discomfort. Instead, it affects you gradually, and one day you realize you can't move the way you once did. What makes it even more concerning is this. Most seniors don't realize that a fruit they eat for health may be contributing to the yearly weakness they feel in their legs. So what can you do? There's no need to dislike pineapple. But you must be informed and aware, especially if you've been dealing with ongoing leg pain or unexplained swelling. The impact is subtle but real. And if a fruit known for its anti-inflammatory benefits, like pineapple, can affect aging legs this way, then what about the next one? It's soft, sweet, and popular. It's widely recognized for improving muscle function and supporting potassium levels. But it may not be as harmless as it appears. Let's talk about bananas. The second fruit, bananas, the muscle helper that may be misleading you. Soft, tasty, and rich in potassium, bananas are often praised. They are believed to boost energy, prevent cramps, and support muscle health. But for older adults, the situation can be different. Bananas contain natural sugars and fast-digesting carbs. This means your blood sugar rises shortly after eating them. When this happens often, your body can become less responsive to insulin. Blood flow weakens, inflammation rises, and your legs begin to feel the effects. You may notice a dull ache when walking or climbing stairs, heaviness in your legs after eating, or stiffness in your calves. And that's not all. Bananas can also increase fluid retention, especially in people with heart issues. This can lead to stiff joints, swollen feet, and puffiness around the ankles. The effect comes quietly. You believe bananas are helping your muscles, but over time they may be reducing your strength instead. The real issue is that the impact builds slowly. With long-term consumption, bananas can make movement harder and discomfort more frequent. If your legs often feel heavy, achy, or swollen, bananas might not be as friendly as they seem. Now imagine something even smaller causing similar problems. A fruit that looks harmless, sweet, and easy to snack on, yet it may trigger joint discomfort. Let's discuss grapes. The third fruit, grapes. Tiny fruit with a noticeable inflammatory impact. Grapes are small, juicy, convenient, and often labeled as heart-healthy due to their antioxidants. But many people don't know this. For seniors, grapes can contribute to mild leg pain, stiffness, and increased inflammation. Why? Because grapes contain fructose, a type of sugar that can cause issues when consumed in large amounts. Fructose goes straight to the liver, where it can turn into fat and uric acid if the liver can't process it fully. That's where the real trouble begins, especially in the toes, ankles, and knees. Uric acid starts to build up in the joints, causing episodes of burning pain, swelling, and that familiar discomfort that makes even short walks harder. If you've ever felt a sharp pain in your big toe at night or unexpected stiffness in your calves, a handful of grapes might have been part of the reason. And it doesn't stop there. Fructose also feeds long-term inflammation in the body. This leads to slower movement, increased pressure, and reduced flexibility. Grapes are also incredibly easy to overeat. They're small, snackable, and don't feel heavy. Before you know it, you've eaten several cups and the sugar adds up quickly. So even though grapes seem like a healthy snack, they may quietly weaken your legs, reduce mobility, and increase discomfort as you age. If you've been eating grapes regularly and noticing more stiffness or swelling, the connection may not be a coincidence. But grapes aren't the only sweet fruit that can cause trouble. Another popular one is bright, juicy, and known for its refreshing effect. Yet beneath its watery taste, it functions much like sugar. Let's talk about watermelon. The fourth fruit is watermelon, the misleading hydrator. Watermelon is light, refreshing, and often associated with hydration and summer. It seems harmless, low-calorie, and mostly water. But could this juicy fruit be affecting your legs without you realizing it? Here's the hidden detail. Watermelon has a very high glycemic index. This means it raises blood sugar almost as fast as candy. And for seniors, frequent spikes in blood sugar can be particularly harmful to the legs. Here's how it works. When your blood sugar rises quickly, your body releases insulin. But insulin becomes harder to regulate as we age. This leads to inflammation, especially in areas with poorer circulation. Where does that show up? In your calves, ankles, and knees. You may feel tired legs shortly after eating, a dull ache during short walks, or that persistent swelling that never seems to go away. And there's more. Pineapple is highly acidic. That acidity can irritate joints, especially if you already deal with inflammation or arthritis. It can intensify the burning discomfort in your knees, hips, and ankles, almost like adding fuel to a fire. Some people even notice their legs feeling heavier after eating pineapple, as if their strength slowly fades. There's another important point to remember. If you take certain medications, especially blood thinners, the enzyme bromelain may interact with them. This can make some medications work too strongly or not strongly enough. And that's where the real risk begins. Around your ankles, simple movements begin to feel heavier. Climbing stairs starts to feel like scaling a small mountain. Watermelon has a refreshing, light texture, but inside the body, it can work like a gentle trap, gradually tiring your legs. Many people eat large amounts because it's juicy and cooling. One slice becomes 2, then 3. With each bite, more sugar, more strain, more inflammation. It can be misleading. You think you're hydrating, but your blood sugar may be rising instead. Circulation struggles, and your legs respond with discomfort. So the question is, does watermelon truly hydrate seniors? Or does each bite quietly increase movement-related strain? If your legs have felt unusually heavy or fatigued, it may be time to reconsider how much watermelon ends up on your plate. Let's move to a fruit known for vitamin C and good health, found in juices, immunity drinks, and breakfast plates. Yet for seniors, it may trigger an acidic reaction in the joints. Let's talk about oranges. Oranges are the fifth fruit, an acidic load on aging joints. They are appealing, fragrant, and widely used in juices, supplements, and morning meals. Their reputation for boosting immunity comes from their vitamin C content. But oranges may also hide a downside for older adults, especially those over 60. Behind their bright citrus flavor is acid, something joints often dislike. Oranges contain high levels of citrus acid. While this is normal, it can irritate joints quietly, especially in bodies already dealing with inflammation, stiffness, or arthritis. You might notice knee stiffness in the morning, ongoing hip discomfort, that tight feeling in your legs after sitting, less mobility, or more swelling. Many assume these changes are simply age-related, but your daily orange juice may be contributing to the very discomfort you're trying to avoid. Here's how it works. The citric acid doesn't stop in the stomach. It enters the bloodstream and can aggravate delicate joint tissues. Combined with the fruit's natural sugars, it can also cause blood sugar swings. And the result? Widespread inflammation. This inflammation can make every step feel heavier, affecting your knees, ankles, and calves. Younger people may not feel this effect at all, but for seniors with slower circulation and aging joints, the impact builds quietly. The toughest part is that you consume oranges believing they're helping your health. While oranges have long been linked to wellness, they may not always be ideal for older adults. So what should you consider next? The next fruit looks harmless, green, crisp, and low in sugar. Many assume it's the safest choice, but it hides something that can cause nighttime cramps, tight knees, and aching hips. Let's look at green apples. Green apples, the sixth fruit, can quietly contribute to leg pain. They look clean and natural, and because they taste less sweet, many seniors believe they're the healthier option. They appear to be a perfect low-sugar snack. But there's more to them than most people realize. Green apples can slowly lead to stiffness, fatigue, and leg discomfort. Two factors are responsible: malic acid and natural sugars. Malic acid gives green apples their sour flavor. While younger people digest it easily, older adults may not. With age, the gut lining becomes more sensitive, and malic acid can irritate tissues, including joints, once absorbed. Some seniors experience sharp hip or thigh pain after eating apples. Others feel heat in their feet or tightness around the knees. It doesn't happen instantly. It builds over time as the acid accumulates. Now, for the sugar. Even if they taste less sweet than red apples, green apples still carry natural sugars. For seniors with slower metabolisms, this sugar can cause blood sugar shifts. The results may include tired calves, nighttime leg cramps, morning stiffness, or weakness while climbing stairs. The tricky part is that green apples are often eaten raw as a snack or even late at night. meaning their effects are constant. While they look fresh and harmless, they may contribute to stiff joints, tougher walking, and more restless nights as the body ages. Now consider this. If a simple fruit like this can have such effects, what about a tropical, richer, extremely sweet fruit? One that many people adore. Let's talk about the real sugar overload, the mango. Mango, the seventh fruit, is essentially a sugar surge for your joints. Soft, juicy, and almost candy-like, mangoes are loved by nearly everyone, especially in the summer. But here's the truth. Mango may be the most troublesome fruit for seniors. And there's more. Pineapple is highly acidic. That acidity can irritate joints, especially if you already deal with inflammation or arthritis. It can intensify the burning discomfort in your knees, hips, and ankles, almost like adding fuel to a fire. Some people even notice their legs feeling heavier after eating pineapple, as if their strength slowly fades. There's another important point to remember. If you take certain medications, especially blood thinners, the enzyme bromelain may interact with them. This can make some medications work too strongly or not strongly enough, and that's where the real risk begins. People with weak joints and leg pain often struggle for a simple reason. Certain fruits contain a high amount of natural sugar. And not just a little. Some fruits deliver a strong sugar surge that quickly spikes your blood glucose. If you're young and active, your body can usually manage that spike. But once you pass 60, your metabolism slows. That sudden rise in sugar leads to an insulin spike followed by a drop. Each time this happens, inflammation is triggered deep inside your joints, especially in the soft tissues around your ankles, knees, and hips. If you already have nerve issues, you may feel burning in your toes, ongoing tingling, evening swelling around your feet, or a heavy sensation in your legs. Because fruits like mango taste light and refreshing, it's easy to eat them in large amounts. But that only makes the problem worse. The light feeling doesn't matter to your body. Your body responds to the sugar. And over time, that sugar can slow your steps, worsen joint discomfort, and make your legs feel unstable. Many older adults regularly eat mangoes believing they are a harmless natural treat. And while they are natural, that doesn't always mean safe for aging joints or reduced circulation. That's the bigger picture. Some fruits, despite being praised for their benefits, have downsides for people over 60. But here's the good news. Some fruits do the opposite. They strengthen the legs, ease joint pain, and help fight inflammation. Let's move into those healthier options and what seniors can choose instead. Now that you know which fruits to limit, let's look at what you should be eating. Because the right fruits do more than satisfy hunger. They support your body's healing. Let's begin with berries. Blackberries, raspberries, blueberries, and more. These small fruits are powerful anti-inflammatory foods. They're low in sugar, rich in antioxidants, and gentle on blood sugar levels. Most importantly, they boost circulation, especially in the legs. They improve mobility, reduce stiffness, and help ease swelling. Next, cherries, but in moderation. Cherries can lower uric acid, which reduces the risk of gout and joint flare-ups. They help calm sore joints and relieve burning sensations in the toes or knees. A small handful, not a full bowl, can offer real relief. Up next is avocado. Yes, it's technically a fruit, and it's one of the best for supporting healthy joints. Why? Because it contains healthy fats that reduce inflammation and cushion the joints. It also helps stabilize insulin, giving you steady energy without major sugar swings. If you want something easy on digestion, consider papaya. This soft, tropical fruit contains enzymes that help reduce inflammation and support digestion. It's gentle on the stomach and on aging joints. Also, keep pears in mind, especially when paired with a bit of fiber or protein. They offer a mild sweetness without being overly sugary. They fuel your body without putting extra strain on your legs. These fruits work with your body instead of against it. They don't trigger discomfort or swelling. They help restore balance, strength, and ease. Remember, it's not just about eating fruit. It's about choosing the fruits that best match your needs at this stage of life. When you start making thoughtful choices, you can feel the difference. Steadier steps, smoother movement, clearer mornings. Now, let's wrap up with a final message just for you. If you've read this far, it means you genuinely care about your future health, your strength, and your well-being. And I want you to hear this clearly. It is not too late to make a change. You still have time to improve, and you're not alone. Aging is challenging. The aches, stiffness, and fear of falling often come slowly. They can even make you feel like your body is slipping away. But here's the truth. You can take control with small, smart adjustments. No drastic measures needed. One meal, one fruit, one decision at a time. The fruits we discussed aren't harmful by themselves, but they may no longer be the best choice for your body. And that's okay. Aging isn't about giving things up. It's about choosing wisely. When you begin eating with purpose and pick foods that support circulation, joint health, and strength, you'll feel it. Less pain, better flexibility, easier mornings, lighter steps. That's what this message is about. Guidance, not fear. Now I'd love to hear from you. Share what you learned today and what change you're ready to make in the comments. Let's support each other because we grow more when we grow together. If this video helped you or opened your eyes even a little, please hit the like button. Subscribe so you don't miss important health information. And turn on the bell. Before you go, type 1 if this video was helpful or 0 if it wasn't. Your comment matters more than you know. Stay strong, stay aware, and remember, your independence depends on your legs. And there's more. Pineapple is highly acidic. That acidity can irritate joints, especially if you already deal with inflammation or arthritis. It can intensify the burning discomfort in your knees, hips, and ankles, almost like adding fuel to a fire. Some people even notice their legs feeling heavier after eating pineapple, as if their strength slowly fades. There's another important point to remember. If you take certain medications, especially blood thinners, the enzyme bromelain may interact with them. This can make some medications work too strongly or not strongly enough, and that's where the real risk begins.